Hello everyone, welcome to Shanta Lakshmi IAS. In this video, let us now discuss about an international organization, that is SCO, which means Shanghai Cooperation Organization, which was in news recently. So now, why this organization was in news? Because recently the SCO officials announced that two nations, that is Iran and Belarus, which are now its observer states, are likely to be added as the full-time members of this SCO. So these two nations, Iran and Belarus, which are observer states now, are likely to be added as its full-time members of this SCO. So that's why this SCO is in news. Now, let us discuss about this Shanghai Cooperation Organization. It is a Eurasian political, economic and military permanent intergovernmental and international organization, which was formed to maintain peace, security and stability in the Eurasia. And it was created in 2001, and with the signing of the SCO Charter in 2002, it entered into force in 2003. And this SCO is the world's largest regional organization, covering approximately 60% of the area of Eurasia and 40% of the world population, and contributing more than 30% of the global GDP. So this SCO is a political, economic, military, permanent intergovernmental international organization. Then, now let us see the SCO evolution of the SCO. In 1996, 5 nations formed a group as Shanghai 5. And what are those 5 nations? Those are Kazakhstan, China, Kyrgyzstan, Russia and Tajikistan. These 5 nations formed as Shanghai 5. And in 2001, Uzbekistan has entered to this Shanghai 5 grouping, then became the SCO, Shanghai Cooperation Organization. And in 2017, India and Pakistan became its members. And in 2021, it was announced that Iran would become a full-time member of the SCO. And now in 2022, it was announced that along with Iran, Belarus would also become the full-time member of this SCO. So in 1996, it was formed as Shanghai 5, and in 2001, Uzbekistan added, then became the SCO, and India and Pakistan became its members in 2017. In 2021, Iran as full-time member, and now in 2022, Belarus as full-time member. Then moving forward, and what are the objectives of this SCO? There are 5 objectives. These are: it aims to strengthen mutual trust and neighborliness among the member states. The second one is that it fosters effective cooperation in politics, trade and economy, research and technology, and culture. The third one is that it enhances ties in education, energy, transport, tourism, and environmental protection, etc. And the fourth one is that it aims to ensure peace, security, and stability in the Eurasia. And the last one is that it also establishes a democratic, fair, and rational new international political and economic order. So these are the 5 objectives of this SCO. And now let us deal with the organizational structure of this SCO. First comes the Council of Heads of State, which is the supreme decision-making body, and it decides its internal functioning of this organization. And then comes the Council of Heads of Government, which is the second highest council in the organization. It approves the budget and deals with the economic aspects of this organization. And then comes the Council of Foreign Ministers, which discuss the current international situation and interaction with the other international organization. And last comes the Council of National Coordinators, which coordinates the multilateral cooperation of member states. So what is the structure of this SCO? Council of Heads of State, Council of Heads of Government, Council of Foreign Ministers, and Council of National Coordinators. Then comes the permanent bodies. There are two permanent bodies of this SCO. And what are those two permanent bodies? That is the Secretariat, and this second one is the Regional Anti-Terrorist Structure, that is RATS Executive Committee. And the Secretariat is headquartered in Beijing in China, and it is the primary executive body of this organization. And the Secretary General is elected for a 3-year term. And the second one is RATS Executive Committee, which is headquartered in Tashkent, that is in Uzbekistan. These RATS mainly deal with the 3 areas, that is terrorism, separatism, and extremism. And the director of this RATS Executive Committee is elected for a 3-year term. So what are the two permanent bodies? Secretariat and the RATS Executive Committee. Secretariat is headquartered in Beijing, RATS is headquartered in Tashkent, and the tenure is 3 years. Then moving forward. Now let us see its membership of the SCO. Its membership consists of member states, observer states, dialogue partners, and also guest attendees. Now let us see its member states. So how many are the member states? There are 8 member states of this SCO. That is China, Russia, Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, Tajikistan, Uzbekistan, India, and Pakistan. These 5 formed as Shanghai 5 in 1996. Then Uzbekistan entered in 2001, then became the SCO, and then India and Pakistan entered in 2017. Remember, the fact here is that these 4 nations are Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, Tajikistan, or Uzbekistan are among the 5 Central Asian nations, right? And the other one is left. What is the other nation which is left here? That is Turkmenistan. Turkmenistan is not a member state of this SCO. And except Turkmenistan, all the 4 member states, all the 4 Central Asian nations are the member states of this SCO, along with China, Russia, India, and Pakistan. Then coming to the observer states, there are 4 observer states, that is Afghanistan, Belarus, Mongolia, and Iran. And now these 2 nations, Belarus and Iran, are going to become the full-time members. Then its member states will become the 10 members. Then comes the dialogue partners. There are 6 dialogue partners to this SCO, that is Sri Lanka, Turkey, Cambodia, Azerbaijan, Nepal, and Armenia. And then comes the guest attendees. Here the Turkmenistan is included. Turkmenistan is included as the guest attendees along with the other organizations like United Nations, Commonwealth of Independent States, and ASEAN, Association of Southeast Asian Nations. So these are the member countries of this SCO. What are the member states? Russia, China, India, Pakistan, Kazakhstan, Tajikistan, and Uzbekistan. And observer states, Mongolia, Afghanistan, Iran, and Belarus. And what are the dialogue partners? Cambodia, Sri Lanka, Nepal, Azerbaijan, and Armenia. And guest attendees, Turkmenistan, ASEAN, Commonwealth of Independent States, and United Nations. And what are the official languages of this SCO? There are 2 official languages, that is Russian and Mandarin. With this, we'll end the session here. If you like, please like and share. Thank you.